Hello everybody, Echo Love Homestead here. I wanted to bring y'all along today just to show y'all a couple of things we're trying to prepare for this weekend. We're supposed to get some sleet and some snow. We're supposed to be down to like -8 degrees, or no, not negative 8, 8 degrees at night. So I wanted to show you a little bit about how we are preparing, for the weekend, just in case. So they are calling for it to be kind of bad. We'll see what happens. But let's get into, I'm going to show you a couple different things, what we did to prepare, and let's just get into it from there, guys. So here we covered our wood. We have a stack of wood here, so I covered it with the tarp. That way, in case if anything happens, we can always make a fire here, and then we can, put some pans on there, cook on there if we have to. Worst case scenario, electricity or whatnot goes out. Here I've covered my onions. I covered one of my cabbages. I left the other one because it's not very big. I ain't worried about it. I did pull the cauliflower. It was time for it to go because it didn't really make it through the last frost that we have, and it's definitely not going to make it through this weather that's coming up. The pigs, so I closed this off, and this thing is fairly deep, so it's probably these pallets are probably like 2 feet wide or long. So I put a panel across, and they have hay way back in the back door they can get out from in the front. They have their water on that side. This evening I will be filling up water once again, so they have water here that they've already got muddy, but that's what the pigs have, and this doesn't leak, so they're good. They're good on that part. Here I covered up my onions with some hay. I did do that. The cows, so the cow shelter is, oh, that was too close. So the cow shelter is here. 3 of these zebu cows can fit in there, and I put a whole bunch of hay on this side, and it doesn't leak either, at least they're out of the wind. And then Mr. Pig, I'm sure he's going to try to sleep over there in that hay. I'd rather that he didn't. But he possibly is going to go up underneath the carport here. But they have hay here, lots of hay. Tonight they'll get lots of pellets, before the rain starts hitting in the morning. So, they got lots of hay. These guys over here, the chickens that are in this, the 2 little chickens that are in here, this right here, that barrel, that half barrel, I'm going to stick some hay in there, and that barrel doesn't have any holes in it, so they can go in there to get out of the weather. That's what I'm hoping that they will actually do. If they don't, then I'll pull them and I'll put them somewhere else. But the chickens, they got fully enclosed. They're enclosed all the way around and on the top, so they are fully enclosed in there. Ducks, they got a new makeover too. Let me take y'all, I don't know who clamped that like that. Why would you clamp that like that? The dog, he got his little shelter there with hay, and he got a tarp. His house, that shouldn't leak at all. Worst case scenario, if it gets too bad, he'll go in the house. I can put him in a bathroom somewhere. But the ducks, they got them a tarp put on, hay put in there. They will get their pool filled and cleaned out again before all of this happens. Everybody knows the ducks are dirty, so it's kind of hard to keep their water clean. I did move the new little duck that we hatched right there. He's right there. Come on, he's right there. Anyways, he's right there. I did put him out there because it was time for him to go, because I had more chicks hatch and I needed him out of there because he makes too much of a mess with the water. Now, whenever I say the chickens are completely closed in, this side's closed, here's closed. They got a little bit, if it rains, it'll come in a little bit here, but their whole house over on that side, it doesn't leak. I put all that metal on it last year, so it doesn't leak. They should be fine. They'll get a bunch of feed this afternoon also, just to kind of keep them through the night and then through maybe tomorrow. But the ducks seem to be doing well. This evening I'm going to come out here and see if we have any eggs. I've been getting 4 eggs a day from them. Don't see any out there right now, so maybe they're going to kind of slack off a little bit because of the winter, the weather that's coming. Let me turn y'all around here. So that's kind of what we did on that part. You know, the baby chicks, they have their heat lamps. We put new shavings in with them. I did move some chicks around. That way I was able to put the baby chicks out, you know, in their brooder also. And the bees, they got covered. They actually have 2. I checked them yesterday. I didn't do a video on that, but I did check them yesterday. They do have capped honey in there, and they seem to be doing okay. I'm still not able to get into that bottom box because they have all the pulpits around it, and it's hard for me to do by myself with my wrist. So I think in my near future, I'm going to go with different kind of hives, because even if I wanted to, if that thing got full of honey, I wouldn't be able to lift it. You know, I wouldn't be able to lift it on my own. So I want to show you. Whoa, almost fell. So they have some insulation I put around on the outside, just kind of block it, and then I put that leather piece, that's a piece of leather, or pleather I guess you could call it, all the way around it, and I stapled it. Because I don't want to lose, I wasn't even showing y'all, I don't want to lose my bees. So the pleather, and then some of that other stuff around it, they should be fine, I would think. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how this goes, because I know the one year whenever we had, you know, weather like this, it was pretty bad. We were down for a week. But I don't think that's the case now. I don't think that's going to be the case. I'll get over here and show y'all a couple different things. So I put the bigger chicks in here. I don't know if y'all can see that. I put the bigger chicks in there. They were in that brooder there. I moved them there. That way there's going to get completely covered, because it'll cover in the front. So, and then I'm going to throw some hay in there also with them. I was supposed to go and get a lamp. I have a lamp, but I don't have the metal piece. Now, unfortunately, without having that metal piece, everywhere's sold out. So everybody went crazy. Oh, we're going to have an Armageddon, you know, whatever. I don't think so. Like I said, I don't think we are. I think it'll be fine. Baby chicks here, they're fine. More baby chicks here, they're fine. They have, you know, we've been doing this for a while, so everybody's fine in here. It's almost feeding time again for the afternoon. Quail, the quail will get some, I'm going to throw hay in there instead of straw, so that way they can get into their little houses, you know, and be kind of nice and warm. You know, just trying to prepare, guys. We did get, let's go this way. I got my generator out just in case. So we bought this generator after we had 2021, I think, when we had that bad winter. I went and bought this generator. So we do have the generator. We got everything started yesterday. It took me a while, but I got everything started and everything works. So that's kind of what's happening. That's just, you know, we got to prepare even if, you know, we don't think it's going to be a bad one, and what if it is and then you didn't prepare. So yeah, that's kind of how that's going. But yep, that's what we got going on for the day, guys. I'm pretty sure my broccoli in the front is not going to make it, so I'm going to cut off what is there. I'll use it, you know, for dinner later this afternoon. But yeah, that's just kind of what's happening with the cows. They love that hay, I'll tell you that. They absolutely love that hay. But yep, so stick around, guys. We'll see what happens tomorrow. If we get any sleet and snow, I'll bring y'all back. And y'all have a good one. Catch you later. Rocky, get over here.